one of the aspects of governance is that many IT people will just look at the technology. They'll just go, we've got some hardware, we've got some software, we've got some outsourced services, we've got all sorts of great geek things. I'm busy playing with 802.11 and RAM and SAM and BAM and every other acronym in the world. And you hit on the key aspect that the business process is what we're about. I'm a bank, or I'm an insurance company, or a manufacturing organisation. Therefore, they're the relevant aspects of what I'm doing in my job. So what you've actually got to do, and what I recommend you do, is you start with the organisation, not IT's balanced scorecard. What are the 4 critical areas that the organisation reports on? And in so doing, you can then understand what the critical processes are to deliver those services. And I'll call them services because actually that's what IT delivers. It delivers capability to do transactions of some sort. And that's the aspect. Once you've gone and understood what those services are, you can absolutely then align the right level of metrics to it. And that's a key, that's a key aspect of that alignment. Once you've done that, you can prioritise, and then you can go down and look at what the IT technology is to support it. In terms of standards is an interesting word. At ISACA we provide COVID, Val IT and Risk IT as 3 pinnacles or 3 components of frameworks that you can use to develop your governance implementation. Now, in terms of standards, there is a standard for the governance of ICT, and that's ISO 38500, and that standard is principle-based. So you actually go and you look at the principles and you measure them against your business, and then what you do from there is you determine what metrics and controls you need to put in place. So one of the things we're looking to do at ISACA is, as we move our frameworks forward, we're looking to our practitioner base, our large body of volunteers, to drive forward governance, and governance, I'll call it prescriptive governance, but more tailored governance, so that you can take governance for banking, insurance, manufacturing, and leverage the knowledge or wisdom of the volunteers to do more specific implementation. Governance needs to start at the top. What needs to happen is there needs to be accountability at the highest level of management on governance. And from there, that accountability at the highest level needs to manage risk. Now, your risk profile is key. Now, the banks knew they were taking a chance in North America by lending at greater levels than common sense told us. Use governance to put process in place to identify when you're becoming in a risk situation and escalate it to management, who will then take accountability. IT is key here. What we need to do is instrument those risk processes and correctly inform. And the idea is not to inform on every piece of data, it's to inform on the exceptions. Take those exceptions where maybe you're lending out of tolerance, or maybe you've seen a series of defaults in an area. Now, ISACA did a survey in India on risk management just recently, and a third of the respondents identified that they wish their companies to take a greater risk position to grow their business. And that's actually positive risk. Now, you may take a risk and lose, but at least if you know you're taking the risk and what the outcome is with a small part of your business, you've got the rest of the business performing solidly.